change some of my stream settings. Because again, from Monday's stream, I accidentally fucked around and reset my settings to where they were, you know, back when we were having issues. And I'm pretty sure a big part of it was just that my quality settings were cranked up to hell and just beyond what my internet connection can handle. So I've been slowly lowering them back down and trying to get back to what I think is where it was before, because I don't actually remember. That was stupid of me. Anyway. So I'm going to listen to this track and see, and I guess learn the bass, because I don't actually know it that well. Wait, first I'm going to tune. I'm going to do what all good boys and girls should do, which is tune your instrument before you do anything. I like the sound of this bass. I'm not even using a modeling program right now. A bass has the same basic notes as a guitar, except 2 strings are missing on the bass, and the strings are bigger, and the tone is much deeper. Well, that's true, Primetime. That's true, except the 4 strings on the bass don't play the same notes as the strings on the guitar. They are an octave lower. So I mean, you say that the tone is deeper. So that's probably what you mean. And yes, the bass is a guitar too. But yeah, the main thing is that these 4 strings are the kind of the low octave version of the lower 4 strings on the guitar. But yeah, yes, it's, you know, but also they're, you know, 6-string basses. For some reason, most basses are 4 strings. I still have that epic GIF. Which one is that? That epic GIF. The roundabout GIF? Wait, which one is that? I don't remember what that is. 6-string bass? Yeah. My the bass player in my band, Oni has a 6-string bass, I'm pretty sure. I like 12-string guitar. Nightmare to restring. Nightmare to tune. Yeah, that's also, yeah. All right, hang on. I'm going to get a DMC thing. I'm going to get this muted, probably. I need more of that reference. I'll be the roundabout. The words will make you out and out. I'll spend the day away. I think that's what I heard. Or maybe it was, hang on, maybe it was... Day away. Yeah. Who sang on this? So the band is Yes, and the singer is John Anderson. And yeah, John Anderson is awesome. Oh yeah, that's a great gift. That's right. I remember that now. That's a good one. Yeah. I love John Anderson's voice. All right. Yep. What am I doing? Okay, so it is interesting. All right. So that's what that part is. I think it changes later in the song. One more day till I get to play Persona 5 Strikers. Excited for it. Nice. I'm happy for you. What is this? That doesn't need to be there. Your silhouette. Oh, not there. I spend the day your way. How long does that hold out for? Don't go there. Silhouette will charge the view of distant atmosphere. Cold and morning, driving through the sound and even in the valley. In and around the lake, models come out of the sky and they stand there. Hey, I'm gonna move this over. I want to be able to see the bass. One model will be there and we'll see you. Summers will be there and nothing too. Ooh, that's a cool part. That's a cool thing. I'll be there with you. There we go. That'll do. I've listened to too much of this, and there's a lot of stuff that I didn't pick up. I will remember you. Your silhouette will charge the view of distant atmosphere. it's something like that. Okay, cool. I need to time that better. What kind of audio interface do I use? I have, well, I'm just going to say basically that it is a Focusrite Scarlett. Oof. Because that is another example of a piece of equipment that I feel like is, along with Reaper as an interface and this bass, things that are relatively cost effective. Now you don't have to get the kind of interface that I have specifically, because I have a Focusrite 18i20, which has a lot of inputs and a lot of outputs, and you don't need that. You can get, you know, the 2i2 or the like 4i4 or whatever. But like most interfaces on the market, you thought my interface had reverb. No, I've been adding reverb through other means. Why? Why do you ask? Why do you ask if my interface has reverb? Are you trying to stream? Yours only has 2. Are you trying to stream or are you trying to record? No effects. Well, yeah. So most interfaces. So I know that the Go XLR is a thing that a lot of people are using a lot of streamers are using these days, because it has effects baked into it. But unless you are just streaming, you don't need effects in your interface. Like most interfaces, like most like professionals, people who are recording, are not going to have effects in the interface. They will add effects through other means, either through, like, if they're playing guitar, they might add it through pedals, or they'll probably add it through plug-in effects on their DAW, which is what I'm doing. So, you know, I don't have effects in my interface, but I can still, you know, add reverb to my voice just by, you know, putting it into my DAW and adding reverb there. And I can also do the fucking, wait, is it still there? I think it is. I can also do voice manipulation. No, wait, it's gone. It's not there. Wait, there it is. Oh, it's on this other thing. I can pitch shift my voice, I think.
Beep. Beep. This is what my voice sounds like. I'm the guy from Trivia Murder Party. Wake up. Wake up. I'm the guy from Trivia Murder Party.
Okay, that's enough of that. And that was a free effect, by the way. That wasn't in my DAW, or that didn't come in my DAW, but that effect was free. I found it on the internet for free. You heard him. He's the guy. He said it himself. We got to play the game. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Well, you know, if we get a few more subs, it doesn't have to be from you guys, but if we get a few more subs, we'll you know, do another Jackbox stream. Anyway, I'm gonna keep working on this bass part because I'm figuring it out. It's not that hard, and it's fun. It's so fun to play right here in this chat. Oh, okay. The like real life Trivia Murder Party. This isn't. It's not a game. This is real. If you die in the stream, you die in real life. I need to keep bringing my green screen over a little bit more. My green screen's not very wide. This green screen that I'm using currently is a stand-up green screen that is not made to be used the way I'm doing right now. Oh yeah, see we just lost some stuff on the side here because it's not very wide, so we should remove that. But we don't need that. I just want to be able to see the base because it's base and it's fun. Which continent produces the most diamonds? Produces the most diamonds production? I don't know, Africa? What the fuck just happened? I've been doing Discord streams for friends. May change at some point, is why you asked. I see. But I mean, in that case, I mean, if you want to do streams and you don't care that much about recording, by all means, get a Go XLR, or just get voice mod, because that's free and there's a whole bunch of stuff in voice mod. Asia. What's happening? Oh, right. Trivia Murder Party. Trivia Murder Party's happening. Where's the death game? If Erica got it wrong, where's the death game? This is so much fun. This is such a good tone. I love it. I love this tone. I was right. I said it. I was right. It was Africa. I was right. Ooh, my bass is very loud. Sorry. I'll bring my voice up. I bring my bass down. Right, so I gotta figure out this part. How does this part go? What up, Flick Flash? Let's zoom in on that. Gotta figure this part out. Hello, can zoom? There we go. And then wait, the second part is. Gotta hear it from the beginning of that section. Oh. Got it. Okay, it's literally the same every time. You're gonna nuke the whole stream? Yeah, probably. Probably. Gotta play it to know how the thing goes. Gotta know how the thing goes. Well, am I just gonna not know how the thing goes? In your dreams. This is so much fun. I should track something. I should just track something and see how it goes, and then patch it up where we have to. Gotta be here live to see it. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. This is exclusive content. So fucking exclusive. I guess let's try tracking a bass thing. All right, let's try it. Whoa, we don't want all of that. We don't want all of that. We just want this. Hold up. My signal's quiet. I'm gonna bring up my signal. Because I'm not slapping anymore. So I can bring my signal up some more. Ha! I want to hear that bass part again. Oh wait, I'm not doing it quite right. Do I play bass in a band, or did I pick it up for recording? Both-ish. I have played bass in bands, but I don't do it anymore, and I'm not very solid on bass, mainly because my hands are small and not strong enough to play like a whole show's worth of songs on bass. But I have played bass in bands, and that forced me to just like figure out a lot of bass stuff. But I'm not very technically proficient. Yeah. I am basically, I keep saying that. With bass, I'm basically good enough to do what I need for recording, although sometimes it takes a while for me to get the part under my fingers, so to speak, whereas I'm sure a more competent bass player would be able to figure this stuff out faster, but I'm Yui over Mio. I'll only say yes. I mean, yes, even though Mio's better, but I guess just because I play guitar, I'm all of them, except I'm all of them. I'm not Moogie so much. I don't think I'm as much of a keyboard player as I used to be. And I was never a rock keyboard player. Like I never played keyboard in a band. So I am Ritsu, I am Yui, I'm Mio. I guess I'm Azusa because she also plays guitar. I don't fucking know. I'd be pretty busy if in multiple bands. No kidding. Light Music Club. That's right. All right, so I realized my picking pattern was a little bit off for this bass part. I want to hear that again. Aha! That's what. Okay, that makes all the difference. That makes all the difference. That it's not. It's. Sometimes easier to play bass in a band if you have two guitar players with egos. Oh yeah, I mean, the ideal is to just not have anyone have an ego, which is certainly what I strive for in the bands that I play in. Because if you're gonna have an ego, then it's I don't know. The idea is, this is a thing that took me some time to learn. And it's kind of an amount of musical maturity, because I feel like when you start out, you think like, oh man, I want to get as good as I possibly can so I can play really cool stuff. And then you start getting to a point where you can play really cool stuff, and you're like, I just need to play cool stuff all the time and just shred and do crazy things. A, because it's fun, and B, because I need to show off that I'm good. And then at a certain point, you realize that it's better to, like, it's good to play crazy, fun, wild things sometimes, but it's more important to play a part that serves the song better than a part that you play just because it's crazy and you want to show off. And you need to cast your ego aside to do something like that. Because if you're just, a shreddy lead guitarist and you just want to do, tapping and shredding and sweeping solos all day long, there are bands and styles of music that are suited for that, but that's not the kind of stuff that I do. And if we're being honest, that's not the kind of music most people want to listen to. I think people will, the lay listener, even if they don't have a good musical grasp, they will subconsciously appreciate when all musical parts are being played in service of the song, as opposed to them being separate parts. That's the kind of thing. That's sort of the difference between everyone being an individual instrumentalist and the difference between that and everyone playing as part of a cohesive whole, which I think is way more important. And you know, it's great to give everyone a chance to show off, but the song comes first. Like, play in service of the song first, and then if you can do that and then also, you know, add in some places to show off and do crazy things, then all the better. Better to get along with people as your group. That's true too. That, yeah, personality-wise, yes, that's also true. I'm just purely speaking of musically, but as far as personalities, that is also, yeah, absolutely. Like, getting along with people that you play with is very important, because wow, if you don't, that is not going to last very long unless the paychecks are really good, and they probably won't be. Okay. No, I should practice a little bit more. Timing is big too. Yes, absolutely. Timing is also important. Let's see. Well, I want to practice a little bit more before I start tracking. In and around the lake. Yeah. All right, I gotta work on those transitions. Gotta work on those transitions.
See you.
out of tune. I'm not getting that transition right. That is one problem with playing along to the song as opposed to playing to a metronome, because I'm pretty sure the song is not played to a click, so it's not perfectly in time. And then that's something I need to decide later if I want to change. If it's not going to be totally in time, that could be a bit of a problem. But we'll start here and see how we feel about it. If we have to redo some stuff later, that's also fine. I do feel like I'm getting a little bit out of tune. So before I actually track, let's check that. Let us check that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm okay. Or maybe my intonation's really bad. That's also very possible. Whoa. All right, let's try tracking something. This is probably going to take a few takes. I'm probably going to just do one. Just found out Fall Guys is coming to Switch. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was watching a little bit of the direct. That's probably one of the most interesting pieces of information because, boy, I was like, ooh, Legend of Zelda. And then it was like Age of Calamity. I was like, expansion pass. I don't care. I don't care about Age of Calamity anymore. I beat the game, and now I've decided that I don't care. I was not impressed. Skyward Sword. Oh, that's right. That too. Oh yeah, everyone's favorite Zelda game, Skyward Sword. Thank God. Scored. But yeah, I'm probably gonna just do one rough take right now. See how that goes, and then just punch in some stuff later. Motion controls included. Great, because that's everyone. Don't be. Why? Why not? I mean, Fall Guys is fun. All right, let's try it. Anyway, there's no bass there. Now I'm wondering if maybe I do want to do this to a track, to a click, instead of to this song. Yeah, not bad for take one. Honestly, considering I just in the past 30 minutes I learned this bass line, that was not bad. Yuki dances when he plays bass. It's entertaining. I mean, that's mainly because I'm on stream. If I was not on stream, I'd be sitting somewhere and just staring intently at what I'm doing. How many takes for Everything's All Right? You know how long that song took. I mean, because I did part of an arrangement for the song, and then I realized I didn't like the arrangement, so I had to scrap it and make a new arrangement. That only happened once though. I started with an arrangement, it was okay, and then I realized, and then I found a better one, and I was like, well, I got to re-record stuff. And even then, I still had to record things a bunch of times. Because the thing with that kind of song, since it's just one instrument playing the entire time, pretty much, it's hard to like punch in for something like that. And by punch in, I mean start partway through the song, like start recording partway through the song. Like you practically have to do the whole thing in one take, which I didn't do. I found a clever way to do it. I found a clever way to do it. How did I do it? Oh, I know what the problem was. The problem was because it's acoustic. If I recorded a take and then I put my guitar down and listened to the take, and I heard something that I did wrong or that I wanted to do over. If I pick the guitar up, the odds of me putting the mic in the exact same spot that it was before, I mean, it's not impossible, and if I was smart, there would be ways to chronicle that, to record that kind of thing, to catalog that kind of thing. But if the mic placement was off a little bit, then you'd be able to hear where I added a new take. So the idea was to do as much with one mic placement as possible. So basically, I would just play one section of the song over and over again until I found a good take, and then I would move to the next section of the song. But this is all in one constant recording track. So I ended up with a long track where like the first minute is a bunch of takes of the whatever, like the riff part, and then a break, and then the next part would be a few takes of the verse, and all just like while standing in one position with the mic in one spot. It also took a lot of practice to get to a point where I could even do that, because it was also just like a difficult song for me because I'm not a very adept finger picker. Am I pleased or indifferent that you gave me such a challenge? I'm happy with how it came out. I think the thing I'm least happy with, if anything, is the vocals. I wish I had sung it a little bit better, but also my voice has improved a lot over the past year, mainly, partially, actually a big part of it from streaming so much. So it's hard. It's wrong for me to go back and be like, like that was so bad. That just shows how far I've come. Like overall, I'm happy with how that song came out. I'm happy with the arrangement. I'm happy with the guitar part that I came up with. I'm happy with the string parts that I did in the second half of the song. I wish I'd done some of the vocal parts a little bit better, but overall, it was a good challenge. The problem was I was not with the fact that you gave me a challenge, but it was the fact that I put it off, and then I started working on it in the middle of at the start of a goddamn pandemic, when everything sucks and no one's happy and it's hard to get up the motivation to do anything. So, that was the real challenge. It was it wasn't the song so much as it was doing a song that was a little bit hard as a pandemic was really getting into full swing. So it was not on you. It was on the virus. Have ever been in a band that wrote a song you still play it 18 years later? I don't think 18 years ago I was in a band that played original music. I'm also not that old. I wasn't in a band 18 years ago. I think, let's see, 15? I will tell you there are, I'm 17. Meaning they wrote an original. I have been in bands. Are you saying that you have played in bands where you listen to the you play the song or they play the song? You still play it all these years later? I will say that I have been in bands a decade or around, I'll say around a decade ago, a couple bands around a decade ago that put out some pretty good original music that I still stand by and I still go back and listen to every once in a while. They wrote a song, you still play it. Nice. And by the way, all of the songs written by said bands that I think the original music was so good, most of the songwriting was done by David. Most of it was done by David. David's great. He's more than just a good drummer. He's a very good songwriter. And Sleepy Bear thinks you are my age. I mean, that's the thing. It's the internet. I have no concept of how old anybody is. Yeah, you're 17. I think you must be 17. Drink water. Maybe. But yeah. David's written some pretty great music. I mean, so the there were two bands. There was Mischief Makers, which was the band that I joined slightly after I met David. It was David's band, David and his friend Will. David's the drummer in my band and also provides drums for a lot of songs that a lot of videos like my old videos, HT, Uragiri, Sorry Days, the Bastion thing, Magia. Those are all David on drums. And he joined my cover band, my college cover band, Contraband, on drums. And he also mentioned that he was in a band and they needed a bass player. I think that they needed a bass player. And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. So that was actually the first time I played bass in a band. And it was a piano-driven, I would say, indie pop, indie rock. Not indie pop, because indie pop brings to mind more of like a synth kind of a feel. Like an indie pop rock kind of band. Where it was definitely had an indie feel to it, but it was fairly catchy, but also had like cool piano, almost a la Ben Folds. I mean, it didn't sound like Ben Folds, but I mean the piano playing was like that kind of thing, where it was like really cool piano playing and also paired with pretty catchy melody and songwriting. So I mean, Ben Folds, again, it didn't sound like Ben Folds, but it was kind of like that. Progressive rock, ish. And I would say ish because Will and David, Will was the keyboard player, and it was really Will's band. It was more his band than David's band, but they were both the primary songwriters. But they were both pretty big into classic progressive rock, like Yes, like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Mostly those two, if I'm being honest. Mostly those two. Maybe some early Genesis. But yeah, I would say indie pop rock is what it was. What am I saying? And they had a not a large catalog. Maybe we had like, I don't know, 10 to 15 songs, maybe 2 or 3 of which were covers. And we made an album that I think was like 10 songs or something, all originals. And some of the songs are better than others. And the recording quality is not great because A, we didn't really know what we were doing. And also the person whose studio that we used wasn't great. He is a good guy and it was cheap, which is why we did it. But the recording setup was not great. And the final product leaves something to be desired. Did someone say Phil Collins? I mean, Phil Collins on drums, but it was very much the Peter Gabriel era of Genesis. What am I saying? But yeah, there are some songs from that album that were pretty good. There's this one song that David wrote called Haley, Here We Are, which was kind of a soft, almost ballady kind of a song, but it was very, very pretty and had some beautiful piano work and harmonies. And I don't remember if we listened to it. We were going to listen to it that day that we got together to do the Extra Life stream, and I don't remember what we listened to that day. But someday I want to sit down and listen to that entire album with David on stream. I'd like to do it on stream as like kind of like a live podcast kind of style. Something fairies. What? Of our own stuff? I mean, there was a bunch of songs that people gave us to listen to, but I'm trying to think of. Well, we listened to the Contraband EP. I remember we listened to at least some of it. I know we listened to our cover of The Letter, and that was fun because that was awesome. From Contraband, which was the cover band that we were in college. Blah 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 blah. What am I saying? Yeah, someday I want to sit down and listen to that album with David and talk to him just kind of track by track, things that we think about, like, oh man, I don't know. I just want to talk to him and listen to that album. But then after I graduated and David was still in college, we were in a band that ended up, it went through a few permutations, but it ended up being called Your Oyster is the World. Just whatever, it's a name. And we released 2 EPs, one of which was very rough. It was very loose, and there are some parts of it that are cool, but the second EP, so the first EP was also me on bass and David on drums. It was a trio. It was me on bass, David on drums, and then Kyle Magnuson, who, Primetime, you probably don't know, but is the keyboard player in my current band, in Kid Yuki and the Otakus. So it was the 3 of us, and David still did all of the songwriting. And so we did that first EP in like some guy's basement, and it was fine, whatever. It was fun to make anyway. But the second EP was after I had moved to Louisiana, so I wasn't even really part of the band anymore, so they got a new bass player, and the bass player that they got to replace me is insanely good. And like way better. He was like, you know, out of our league levels of good, to the point where he ended up going to Berklee School of Music. He joined this crazy progressive metal band. I don't think he's part of that anymore. He left them, but the band is called Chronologist. And now I don't even know what he does anymore, but he's insanely good. And I ended up recording some guitar for that EP, that second EP, which was no, Kyle, what? I thought you had a female keyboard player like Mina or something, or does just okay, breaking down the band. So I play guitar and sing. David plays drums and sings. Everyone sings, so I'm not gonna say that. I play a guitar. David plays drums. Amaya and Deja are both dedicated singers. They only sing. And then Kyle plays keyboard and sometimes plays guitar. And Oni plays bass. I don't think I said that. Oni plays bass. So it's 6 of us, 2 dedicated singers, guitar, keys, drums, bass, and Kyle sometimes plays guitar. And Kyle's really good at a lot of things. He's really good at yeah. But anyway, so that second EP, I was not on bass anymore. We had this crazy good bass player. But everything about that EP was better. Not just that I wasn't playing bass anymore. David's songwriting was tighter, and I just think just better overall. They ended up spending the money to go to a studio, just a better studio with a guy who knew what he was doing. So the production quality just sounds a lot better too. And that there were only 4 songs on it, and I don't love every minute of it, but there's one song out of the 4 that is just such a, I love it so much, and I do believe it's like the best thing that David has ever, like the best like original song that David has ever done, for me personally. Big setup for live if you did Electric Show. As far as I know, they did a few a year. Yes. Yeah, you know, did that box us out of some smaller conventions that were probably afraid of such getting so many people to play a thing? Maybe, very possibly. But I wanted a decently full sound. I wanted I wanted 2 guitarists and a keyboard player, and for reasons that ended up not working out so well, and then we ended up not, so we just kind of went forward with the 6 of us. Vocally too. Yeah, I mean, you know, vocalists are pretty easy to accommodate for, at least. But it does take up space on stage, which makes it interesting. But we make it work. What the hell am I doing? I might actually get going pretty soon. Reggie's. Yeah. That was not a very big stage. That's probably the smallest stage that we've played on, but it was still a lot of fun. One guitar could be rough at times too. Yeah. I don't like that. So now I know the bass part. I am wondering if I want to punch in and fix up this, or if I want to break this thing down. And rather than recording to the actual song, I record to a click track. And the click track part is sounding awfully tempting. Didn't mean to share. No, not a problem. This is fun. It's fun talking about this thing. And I got time. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how much the tempo drifts. I want to try to pin down what the basic tempo of this track of the original song is. So it's just going to be some trial and error. Okay, well, we're close. Okay. Oh, that's too much as well. Okay. Now it's too fast? That's so weird. That's wild. It drifts quite a bit.
The music dance and sing. They make the children really ring. I'll spend the day away. All that morning driving through the sound and in and out the valley.
Crazy.
In and around the lake. Mountains come out of the sky and they're standing.
They definitely started out. They definitely started out faster and then got slower. I don't like that. I don't like that.
The words will make you out and out. Spend the day your way.
Yeah, you know what? I might just use that as a reference, but I might not actually, or just be able to listen to that. But I might not actually use that. I might not record to that. I might record to a click, which means I need to make a scratch track of some kind. Maybe I'll have to. I might probably have to do that with guitar. Do I want to do that right now? Hang on. Maybe I will. Maybe I will unplug. Oop, am I going to lose my headphones? Maybe. Okay. Seemed like at the beginning I played fast, was nervous, slowed down, and got closer later. That's possible. Let me listen. I mean, I wouldn't say I was nervous. I think I was just kind of trying to get into the groove of the song. And again, that was my first time playing the bass to the song all the way through. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was sloppy. I guess I'm curious to hear how it sounded. Is this fucking with my... Oh, it is. Oh, it is. That's not good. I don't want that. I don't want you to be stretching my thing when I... how do I do that? I need to... I'm not going to bother with that right now. I'll worry about that later. How does it sound next to the recording? Yeah, a little fast. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was not expecting that take to be good all the way through. It was very much just a rough thing, just playing through it, seeing what it would sound like, seeing what we would need after that. Yeah, it definitely needs practice. It needs practice. You know, it needs more than just learning the song a few minutes ago and then trying it. But... yeah. So yeah, I think I will find a... First, I'm just going to can this track. I'm going to find a tempo that I like for this song, and I'm just going to stick with it. I'm going to do that first, and then I'll... We were at, what, 138 before? How does that feel? Is that changing? It's not. Okay, 138. Let's call it 138. I feel like that feels pretty good. 137? Hang on. Yeah. Yep, I think we'll go with that. We'll go with 137. And do I want to try to record a scratch right now? Maybe so. Maybe so. So, those of you who don't know, I'm going to shout to the mic for a second. A scratch track is a track that you record that just kind of lays down the kind of skeleton of the song, so that you don't have to play, so that you don't have to record your actual tracks that are going to make it into the final song. You don't have to record that stuff to silence or just the metronome. So basically, I'm going to go through. I'm going to play just like the chords in a vaguely rhythmic pattern, so that there's some kind of structure to follow when I play the drums and the bass and all the other stuff, and then I will build the song from there. That is a very common practice in recording. Oftentimes, for my acoustic covers, I will do a scratch track, which is just rhythmically playing the chords, and then that usually ends up making it into the song anyway, because I need, you know, some rhythmic chord stuff. Sometimes I end up redoing it, but a lot of times I just keep it the way it is, and that ends up on the track. Let's see. So we're not doing bass right now. We're doing guitar. We want guitar, and we want to populate a folder with guitar, and we want it to be a different color. We'll have it be this nice kind of pastel thing. Purpley boy. Ooh boy, does that ever need a tune? Let us tune. Hello. Bass. That's at least a C+. Ha 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 ha. Oh, right. I added these tracks, but they are not the right thing yet. They need to be input 2. Input 2, input 2, input 2, input 2. Now they have the guitar. That was the problem. I was tuning my voice. That was the problem. Black bass, the most metal of all fish. Ha 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 ha. Ooh, it sounds not great. These strings are old. I should probably change them. But they don't need to sound amazing to make a scratch track, if they can be relatively in tune for an entire song. That's fine. But I do want to add. Let's give this some good sound. Let's add Ampire. Let's add some amp modeling to it. And by amp modeling, we talked about this on Monday. Nope, it's not an instrument. It's an effect. This is digitally recreating the sound of amps and other various guitar effects. Hope you can't see it. Let's let you see it. Can you play that little riff from the White Stripes, the hardest button to button? I don't remember which one that is. Which one is that? I'm gonna listen to it. Oh, that song. So that's what? That thing? Is that what it is? I don't actually remember. I had to. It was one or the other. That's it. So yes, I can play that little riff, assuming that's what you're talking about. So now, got a little bit of modeling on there. Sounds better. Sounds better than it does by itself. So let's do this. Do the scratchy guitar. So I guess we should add a bunch of space at the beginning. It'd just be the. I'm just gonna play that and see where approximately that puts us. I'm gonna play this thing. So there's the piano swell. Oops, it's recording my drum. Don't do that. There's nothing. Yeah, nothing going on there. And then we'll sit there, and then we'll have the metronome come in. I'll make sure to give myself plenty of space there, because it's just going to be nothing. Wait. I don't have to do it like that. If I don't have the swell, then I can just start it right there. You know what? I'm going to do that instead. I can just hit play, and then it'll be... How does the metronome help you? It keeps me in time. The metronome is, the exact beat. And if I want, if I didn't have it, the odds of me playing at the same speed all the way across the song is slim. And that can be okay if you want it to feel just kind of loose and whatever, which I feel like they kind of wanted to do in the original version of Roundabout. But for my purposes, I want to keep things in time because it's just easier to manipulate them. It's easier to play along to them. So I am just keeping everything at this. I've got it set to you can't see it because Neptune's in the way. Where are you, Neptune? Where did Neptune go? Right there. You can see down here in the corner it says 137 tempo, so that's 137 beats per minute. So that's the tempo that we're using for this track. Yuki's a music geek. Kinda. I mean, you kind of have to be in order to to play stuff and record things. I don't understand how. That means nothing to me, unfortunately. What do you mean? You get that it keeps time, but I don't understand how. What about it don't you understand? So the thing is, it's clicking in my ears, and so I'm just trying to play along to that clicking sound. What about that is confusing? I'll try to explain it better. It's like it's like graph paper. You try to draw a square or something like with perfectly like parallel or parallel or perpendicular lines. It's way easier when you have a guide, so you can see the lines on the graph paper, so you can follow those lines. How does the click make me know when to play? Well, so here's the thing. The click, do you play on it or after it? Okay. Good questions. So, let's see how to explain this. Most songs, I'm just gonna say the vast majority of music, especially Western music, is going to be something called 4/4, and you don't have to know what the second 4 means. You just the first 4 means that it's 4 beats in a measure, which is a unit of music. Basically just like a little chunk. It's an easy way to kind of subdivide the music into chunks that can be written out on paper. So it's a 4/4 song, which means that there are 4 beats per measure. And so you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so most songs are going to start on beat 1. So for example, when the drums and the bass come in, there's the da 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 ba ba. Well, that's not technically a 1. That's technically an and of 1. I feel like Neptune when you talk about 4 beats per measure. Just think of it as we count this thing in 4. We keep track of where we are in the song in segments of 4 beats. And that means a lot more on sheet music. So you know what sheet music, you've seen sheet music before, right? You've seen just a piece of sheet music. You don't have to know what any of it means, but what you do, but this works here. I'll even pull up a picture of sheet music. I'm just going to say search sheet music because that will help this make sense. Especially if we can find one that has measure numbers on it. We'll see if that is a thing. It's not, but that's okay. How about this? This is 4/4. Okay. Taylor Swift illicit affairs. Well, this is what we're looking at right now. We're looking at Taylor Swift illicit affairs. Sounds scandalous. Okay. No. Don't apologize. I appreciate. I enjoy explaining this kind of stuff. And if I can explain it in a way that makes sense to you, then that will be an accomplishment for me. We'll see. Challenge accepted, so to speak. So here we've got this piece of sheet music, and it's pop music. So as most pop music is, like I said, 4/4. You will see this very often. We're right here. It's going to get blown up and look terrible. That looks slightly better. You see, now I actually do want to show my cursor. I'm going to do that. Capture cursor. Oh, I do. Okay, so does it show? It doesn't. I don't think you can see the cursor. Now you can. Cool. All right. So right here, 4/4. So when I say 4/4, that's what I'm referring to. Again, you don't have to worry about what this 4 means because that is beyond what we need to talk about here. But this 4, the top 4, means that there are 4 beats per measure. So this right here is a measure. These are all measures. And it's just a way of us all coming together and agreeing upon how to subdivide this song into chunks. Which is important because if you are, say, you're playing in like a school band, if you're playing in a school band, just as an example, and say there's a part of the song that's particularly difficult, so you have to stop, people are kind of falling apart, and the band leader doesn't want to start right at the beginning of the song. They want to start a little bit before where the problem is. So let's say The problem is right here. So they want to start maybe over here. Well, so what is that? Well, you know that that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is measure 10. And the problem is at measure 12. And so now it's easy to identify. We see, oh, okay, the problem's at measure 12, so let's start playing at measure 10. And you start, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start playing through this measure, and then you play on through the rest of the song. So if you pass 4 clicks and you're not at the right note, you know you're behind. That's true. Sure. If you aren't, yes, yeah, that's correct. If you play through this measure, and then you don't, and then the thing that you're playing is not this or whatever. This is 2 hands. So this is kind of confusing because it's a piano arrangement. Then you know that you're off somehow. But you're learning. That's good. And don't worry about all these individual notes because they are explaining what they all mean is beyond what we need to deal with here. But all we need to know is that each one of these is 4 beats long. So if I go along, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's just all there is to it. The notes, I will just say very generally right now that how each note looks, like their shape and whether they're colored in or not, that tells you how long the note is held for. Same thing with rests, which are just where there's no note. The shape of the rest tells you how long the rest is. So if this measure, actually I will explain a little bit of this. So this measure right here is 4 beats. So I know that the sum total of the notes played within here has to equal 4 beats. And so this note equals 2 beats. This thing with a line and an uncolored in hole, right, circle right there, that is worth 2 beats. And this is worth 2 beats. So you know that this is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, and that gives you your 4. Or you could have something like this down here, where you have a group. These are when you have a line coming off of it, and the circle is colored in. Those are each worth 1 beat. Your grade school choir days are coming back to me, right? So now you know 1, 2, 3, 4, and again we're not going to get beyond that. But if you know that each measure is 4 beats, and you memorize what each of these different note shapes looks like, then you will know how to kind of subdivide how just mathematically how this thing works out. It all ends up being math. You're breaking the song down into measures, you're breaking the measures down into beats, and you're distributing the notes across the beats you have allotted per measure. Music is math. It is. Yeah. That's all it is. And so I know that roundabout, for the most part, is played in 4. It's not entirely played in 4. We won't deal with that. But the main, like the riff part, I know that is in 4. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the kind of thing you can say, how do I know how to do that? That's just the kind of thing you intuit. After playing a lot of music, much like how if you watch me, learn a song, pick up like the chords of a song, that's just the kind of thing where you've done it enough times, you know what a G chord sounds like, or you know what a 4/4 beat sounds like, or you know what a certain rhythmic pattern sounds like. Like I know, whatever, like a triplet, whatever. If he slows it down, it may sound like another song. Yeah, maybe so. Sure. Yeah. So the point being, the metronome, the metronome is playing in amounts of 4 beats, and the first beat sounds different. Don't ta 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 don't ta ta ta. That thunk, that different sounding beat tells me where beat 1 is. So if I ever get lost, all I have to do is listen for that thunk, and then I will know that I am on beat 1 of some measure. Now, right now, I'm going to be playing by myself and with the metronome. I won't have other instruments to tell me where I am. So if I do get lost, even if I know what measure or what beat I'm on, if I don't know what measure I am at, then I'm screwed. But that shouldn't be a problem because I know this song well enough in my brain that I should know where I am at any point. That's the hope anyway. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try recording this scratch track, and then if that works, no matter what happens, I'm going to end after this because it's 12:30. I should get going, but I'm going to try to lay down the scratch track. Hopefully it's something that I can use for future things. That would require you remembering what the notes and chords are supposed to be if you're supposed to be on beat 1. Right. Yes, exactly. And again, it requires me knowing what measure I'm on. Because it's you can't just know what beat you're on. If I'm on, I could think I'm on beat 1, but if I'm on beat 1 of measure 11 and I'm supposed to be on measure 15, then I'm going to be playing way off from what's actually in the song. In a real band, the band may be able to help him get back on track. That's true too. When you have other instruments to help you kind of identify where you are, that helps a lot. You don't have to memorize as much. You can just kind of listen to the context of the song, of the part of the song you're in. How does the brain capacity work for all of this? Again, it is all. It's the same way brain capacity works for anything. At the or any skill. How does someone lift weights? Lift something with so much weight? Well, at first it's really hard, and you do it enough times that your body optimizes itself for doing that task, and it gets better at it. So, at a certain point, I have to use less brain power to do this one thing because it is so optimized to do it. It's almost unconscious at a certain point. This has a whole theory behind it. Well, again, I've been doing this for 22 years. I have been playing music for 22 years. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I've been playing music for 22 years. So that's 22 years to learn theory. But I'm 17. Well, when I was, have you seen the movie Soul? Anyway, I've had that much time to get theory and other things just like ingrained in my head. Music on the internet is not always accurate. Yeah, it helps to have both. It helps to have an ear and also have an understanding of theory. It's true. It's very true. Yeah, I hope that made sense, and if it did, that's super cool. I'm very happy if that was helpful for you. I'm going to remove this window capture now. Brep. Tabs. Ooh, I am clipping. Ha. All right, we're going to try this. I learned that I might have perfect pitch, and I didn't know until it was brought to my attention. Interesting. So if a song is not quite on the right pitch, does it really bother you? Because I'm pretty sure that's a thing that happens. I don't know for sure because I don't have perfect pitch, but I thought I heard that that's a thing for people with perfect pitch. It does. Aha. Okay. Very interesting. That's the thing. People who don't know music. People who don't know a lot about music think that perfect pitch is some kind kind of amazing talent and asset to have as a musician, but it can often be a hindrance because that kind of thing can bother you. Like if like bands, there are bands that play, kind of microtonally, so they might not be in a tuning, in exactly in a key that feels right to you, and that could really throw you off. You can tell when you're off key sometimes. Nice. Yeah, cool. That it can be a useful talent or skill or whatever. But it can also be a bit of a hindrance depending on how you do things. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to play now. Because at this point I'm talking out of my ass. If you want to learn more about perfect pitch, the internet has stuff about it. I'm obviously not talking to Erica if she already knows about it. But so let's try it. Now I have more questions, but I'm also going to shut up. I'm going to give myself 2 measures here. Hang on, I need to hear the metronome louder. Metronome's not loud enough in my ear hole. And I apologize if this gets really loud in your ear hole, but I need it. I needs it. I need that. Needs that loud metronome. Mang. I don't need it. Ooh, that is loud and annoying. I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to turn my audio capture down for you right now. So now I'm quiet. Now I can turn my guitar up. So I apologize for this. Doobie doobie doo 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 doo. I don't know how to. Yep. Well, I'll deal with that later. Okay, so that was very rough, but that was the idea. It was a scratch track. It wasn't supposed to sound like the song. It was just supposed to be a guide. And there were a couple parts in there that were also a little rough anyway. But that, I think that'll do. I think that will do today for a scratch track that I can use to do bass and other stuff to for next time, which will probably be tomorrow, because I want to keep on this. I want to keep making progress if I'm ever going to be able to put this thing together for, oh God, a week from Saturday. Maybe I won't be able to do it, but I sure am going to try. Tijuana might be gone already. I saw you popped in for a second, but thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry I couldn't say anything. I was focusing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get going. Thanks for the emotes. Should we raid anybody? Is Steph? I bet Steph's doing something. I know he was doing something late into the night. I feel bad if we distract you from getting No. This is fun. I mean, if I was just streaming, just myself doing a thing and not interacting with you, what would be the point of the stream? I feel like, if I'm chatting too much. No. That's what, honestly, the even with the distraction, I think the stream still keeps me more focused on doing the thing than if I wasn't doing it. Let's raid stuff. Let's raid stuff with a few people that we got here. For any artist, be happy with what you were doing, but strive to get better as long as you're having fun. That's true, Prime Time. That's absolutely true. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna get going. You're going to bed? Well, that's fine too. I'm also gonna go to bed. So have a good night. Again, I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'm gonna try and do it a little bit earlier. I'm gonna try to do 9 or 8 if I can. We'll see. Need to finish my tank. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do it earlier tomorrow. Partially so I can just get more done, and partially because maybe more people will be able to join. I'm gonna leave now. I've been Kid Yuki. You've been awesome. Until next time, keep anime rocking. Bye. Here comes Master Stav.